A few days ago, we're stuck at home like everybody else, and Simon, our 2.5-year-old, wants to watch a movie. So we put on Cars for him, which is his favorite Disney movie. In fairness, I think it's the only one he's watched all the way through, but he loves it. So we put it on, and he watches it and thinks it's great, and keeps talking about Lightning and Mater the whole rest of the day. Then the next day, he wants to watch it again. So I put it on for him, and I go to try to do a little work. But then about halfway through the movie, there's this scene where Mater, the tow truck, takes Lightning, the race car, tractor tipping. And I'd been a little worried about that scene the day before because it ends with this giant combine harvester coming out and chasing them, which is a little scary. But he had been fine with it the first time. For some reason, the second time he watched it, as soon as the tractors came on the screen, way before the chasing part even started, he starts screaming and crying because he was scared and we had to turn it off. It wasn't actually the scary part yet, but he knew it was coming and he was already afraid. That happens sometimes, doesn't it? Sometimes it's not really the thing itself that gets us scared, it's waiting for it to come. And there's a lot of that happening right now. It seems like a lot of us are waiting for something, and we're not quite sure how it's going to happen, but we all seem to think it's going to be bad. And if that's how you're feeling today, then there's two things I want to say to you. The first is that if you are scared, it's okay. A lot of us are feeling scared right now, and it's totally normal to feel that way. There are a lot of things going on in the world right now that most of us don't understand, and a lot of things that have changed in a very short amount of time, and that can be frightening. So it's okay to feel scared. This is a scary thing. And the second thing I want to say to you is that even though you might be scared, you are not alone. The grown-ups who love you will be there for you. Your teachers are there for you. Your family and your siblings and your friends are there for you. Pastor Rebecca and I are here for you. And most of all, God is here with you, and God will stay with you no matter what happens. There's a part of the Bible called the Psalms, which is kind of like the ancient version of the hymn books we have at church with all the songs we sing in them. One of these psalms, or songs, is called Psalm 23, and the traditional version of it is being read in the adult service today, but it goes something like this. God is my shepherd. I have everything I need. He gives me rest in green pastures and cool springs to drink from. He gives me new strength. He leads me on the right path. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I do not need to be afraid because God is with me. His rod and his staff are there to comfort me. He serves me a feast, even though I am surrounded by danger. He washes my face and fills my cup all the way to the top. Surely goodness and mercy will follow me all the days of my life, and I will live in God's house forever. Now, remember, sometime like 3,000 years ago, this was written to be a song that people sang, and we have no idea what the melody was anymore, but we still say it today, especially when people are sad or scared. And the song compares God to a shepherd. So in this song, we are like the sheep. Now, I don't have a lot of experience with sheep. I've got some pigs that we are raising in our backyard right now, but I've never really worked with sheep before. But my understanding is that sheep don't have a lot of defenses. They're pretty vulnerable, and there are a lot of things that would like to eat them. So a good shepherd is really important because the sheep need someone to keep them safe. They need someone to tell them where it's safe to be and when it's time to move along. They need someone who makes sure that when they lie down to sleep at night, they're going to be okay. And the song says that God does that for us. God is with us, watching over us, showing us the right way to go even when we are surrounded by scary things. As it says in one of the most famous lines of this song, even when we are walking through the valley of the shadow of death, God is with us. So I know that you may feel scared right now. A lot of things in the world have seemingly changed overnight. There are a lot of questions, and a lot of us are feeling a little bit nervous about what's next. But I want you to remember that you are not alone, and that in addition to all the people who are there for you, God is there for you too. And God promises to never leave us alone when we are afraid.